Welcome to The Explainer. So if you're a student in Pakistan and you're dreaming of studying in Europe, there's one scholarship that should be at the very top of your list, the Stipendium Hungaricum. Today, we're not just going to talk about it, we're going to build your strategic guide to actually winning it. Okay, check this out. Every single year, the Hungarian government offers an absolutely incredible opportunity. 400 fully funded scholarships exclusively for Pakistani students. And we're talking the whole shebang, bachelor's, master's, all the way up to PhD programs. But, and this is a huge but, let's be real. You are not just applying, you are competing. With over 18,000 other students from Pakistan throwing their hats in the ring every year, this isn't just some casual application. It is one of the most intense academic competitions on the planet. When you're dealing with an acceptance rate that's less than 2.3%, you can forget about luck. You need a perfect application, sure. But more importantly, you need a smart strategy. So the big question is, how do you stand out from that massive crowd and grab one of those 400 spots? Well, let's start building your game plan. Here's how we're going to break it all down. We've got 5 key missions. First, we'll get a real sense of the opportunity. Then, we'll introduce you to the 2 main gatekeepers you have to impress. After that, we dive into conquering the first hurdle right here in Pakistan before shifting gears to nail your Hungarian application. And finally, and this is crucial, we'll cover the hidden mistakes that can sink even the best applicants at the last minute. So, let's kick things off with the big why. Why is this scholarship such a massive deal? What exactly is in this so-called golden ticket to study in Hungary? At its core, the Stipendium Hungaricum, which is run by Hungary's Tempest Public Foundation, is the real deal. It's a completely comprehensive award, and it's designed to cover pretty much everything, so you can focus on what you're there to do, your studies, whether that's engineering, medicine, or arts. Now let's get into the financials, because this is where it gets really, really good. Your tuition fees, 100% covered, gone. On top of that, you get a monthly stipend to cover your living costs, a separate contribution for your housing, and full medical insurance. It's a package literally designed for your complete peace of mind. Now, here's where it gets a little tricky. Winning the scholarship isn't just one step. It's a 2-stage process. You have to pass through 2 different gates, and each one is controlled by a different organization looking for completely different things. Let's break down who they are. I want you to think of it like this. Your whole journey starts in Pakistan with the Higher Education Commission, or HEC. Their job is pretty simple. Filter thousands and thousands of applicants down to a smaller, more manageable list. And they do that with a numbers-based test. If you make the cut, your application then travels to Hungary, to the Tempest Public Foundation, or TPF. They, along with the universities, make the final call based on the quality of your profile and your academic achievements. You have to win over both of them. So the sequence here is absolutely critical. You simply cannot get to step 2 without smashing step 1. The best way to think about the HEC nomination is not as a guarantee of a scholarship, but as the key that unlocks the door to the final round with the decision makers in Hungary. And what this all means is that your entire journey, everything we're talking about, really hinges on one single thing, a standardized test. It is the very first and maybe the most objective hurdle you have to clear. Okay, so HEC gives you 2 choices here, the Higher Education Aptitude Test, known as HAT, or the Undergraduate Studies Admission Test, or USAT. Your mission is to score at least 50%. I have to be clear, anything less than 50 is an automatic no. And a quick but super important note, the GAT test is not accepted for this. But here's the real strategy. Listen up. Do not aim for 50%. 50% just keeps you in the game. With 18,000 other people trying to get in, you need to score as high as you possibly can to actually get noticed. And please, please, please pay close attention to those validity dates. An expired test score is just as bad as having no score at all. All right, let's fast forward. You crushed the test, you've secured that HEC nomination. Awesome. Now the spotlight moves entirely to the Hungarian application portal run by TPF. And this is where your documents, your attention to detail, and your ability to meet deadlines becomes everything. You're going to want to burn these 3 dates into your brain. They are absolutely non-negotiable. January 15th is the big one, your main application deadline. Then, once you're nominated, a new clock starts ticking for your medical certificate, which is due by April 15th. And finally, August 1st is the absolute last chance for any missing documents, like your final degree. So what if your degree isn't ready by that January 15th deadline? This is a huge point of confusion for a lot of people, but the answer is surprisingly simple. You can still apply. The catch? And it's a big one. You must upload a signed declaration form by that deadline, promising that you'll submit the final documents by August 1st. Forgetting that one little piece of paper is an instant disqualification. Okay, so you've passed the test, you submitted all your documents on time, you are so close. But this final stage is exactly where so many strong candidates make simple, strategic mistakes that cost them everything. Let's talk about the traps you need to avoid. The application asks you to list 2 program choices. Seems straightforward, right? But the order you put them in is a massive strategic decision. And once that January 15th deadline passes, your choice is locked in for good. There are no do-overs. So here's the inside scoop. If you are applying for a super competitive field, think medicine, dentistry, maybe engineering at a top university, listing it as your second choice is basically like throwing that choice away. Why? Because those programs will fill every single one of their seats from the pool of applicants who picked them as their #1 priority. And this next point, this might be the single most important warning in this entire explainer. Just because you get a prestigious degree from an amazing Hungarian university, it does not automatically mean you can legally use it to practice your profession when you come back home to Pakistan. The scholarship committee is not going to check this for you. The responsibility is 100% yours. Before you even think about accepting an offer for a professional degree like engineering or medicine, you absolutely must contact the relevant body in Pakistan, like the Pakistan Engineering Council, and get it in writing that that specific degree from that specific university will be recognized. Don't assume anything. Verify everything. And finally, a really serious note on commitment. This is a life-changing opportunity, and if you back out, someone else loses their chance. So if you accept the scholarship award and then you're a no-show for your studies, you will be banned from reapplying for 3 whole years. You have to make your decision carefully. So there you have it. We've laid out the map, the process, and the pitfalls. You know exactly what you're up against, but now you also have the strategy you need to win. The rest? Well, that's up to you. Thanks for tuning in to The Explainer.